Yo everyone, what is going on? Welcome to the video, and today I'm going to be doing a full day of eating 2,000 calories and over 200 grams of protein. I am actually just in the kitchen now. I'm about to make a turkey and egg frittata, which is a new breakfast creation of mine. So instead of shouting on for the next 30 seconds, let's get straight into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start by adding 100 grams of turkey breast minced to a pan. And that's gonna be followed by 150 grams of sliced mushrooms and 50 grams of diced white onion. And as that is cooking away, I'm gonna get to work on the egg mix. So I'm gonna crack 2 whole eggs into a mixing jug. And apparently, according to the comment sections on all my videos, I should be cracking my eggs on a flat surface. So that is what I am doing now. I am gonna add 100 ml of liquid egg white, give it a mix, and then I am going to chop up about 30 grams of spinach leaves and add them to the mix. Okay, back over to the pan. Everything here looks like it is pretty much cooked, so I'm going to pour the egg mix into the pan, add some sea salt and smoked paprika, and then I am going to add this lid to the top. It doesn't fit perfectly, which kind of hurts my brain. But yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna let it cook away for a few minutes, and the point of the lid is to keep the heat in so the top cooks just as well as the bottom. And lastly, just to carb the meal up a little bit, I am going to toast 2 slices of 60 calorie bread. Okay, nice little setup here. Frittata, toast, condiments, water, and just to give this meal that extra bit of flavor, I am going to go with that ketchup mustard combo, and I will be having 15 grams of each. I actually just love ketchup and mustard together way too much. And for anyone who is not aware, a frittata is basically just an omelet, except you don't fold it over. The onion is a great shout. It really adds that extra bit of flavor. And turkey is traditionally like quite a dry meat. Like, we've all gotten those plain turkey burgers, whatever, and you bite into them and you're like, this is shit. But in a meal like this, it is actually really, really nice. This is what we are working with. Alright, so in this video, I briefly want to touch on the topic, how to transition from a cut to a bulk, because it is a question that I get asked all the time, and it is not as hard as people think it is. So what I'm going to do is break it down into a 3-step process, and step number 1 is to increase your calories back to maintenance based on your final week of weight loss during your cut. And we are doing this based on your final week of weight loss because we know that as you lose weight, your maintenance is going to decrease. So your maintenance just isn't going to be the same as it was at the beginning of your cut, especially if you have lost a lot of weight. So as a general guideline, we know that if we lose 1 pound in a week, it means that we were in a 3,500 calorie deficit across the whole week, aka a 500 calorie deficit per day. So let's just say in your final week of weight loss, you were consuming 2,000 calories per day and you lost 1 pound. Then you know that you are in a 500 calorie deficit per day, and to go back to maintenance, you would just increase your calories by 500. So your calorie maintenance will be 2,500 calories per day. And you can use this guideline based on whatever weight that you lose. So let's just say in your final week, you were consuming 2,000 calories per day, but you only lost half a pound. Well, then instead of increasing your calories to 2,500, you would increase them to 2,250, because that would be roughly what your maintenance is. Okay, it is time for some lunch, and I'm actually feeling pretty hungry, so I'm gonna go all out on the volume and make myself a big ass salad. And as they say, there are no rules when it comes to a salad, so let's see what I can put together. Okay, so I'm going to start by adding 175 grams of diced chicken breast pieces to a pan, and I'm gonna coat them with this American barbecue seasoning that you get from Aldi. Then I'm gonna get to work on the other bits, so I'm gonna chop half a red and half a yellow pepper into little pieces. I'm gonna chop half an onion into little pieces. Then I'm going to add 200 grams of spinach to a bowl. Okay, so that is only 100 300 grams. I am not sure if this will fit. Okay, so just about, and in 200 grams of spinach, there is only 58 calories. Then I am going to add my onions, my peppers as well. I'm gonna add 100 grams of sweet corn. I am going to add my chicken into the mix. 30 ml of this low-fat balsamic dressing that you get from Tesco. And in 30 ml, there is only 20 calories, which is pretty good. And to top it off, I am going to add 30 grams of this 33% less fat mozzarella. Alright, so first thoughts. Really heavy, and 200 grams of spinach is massive. Imagine trying to do like a 10k calorie challenge just eating salad bowls. I don't even think Rob Lipsett could do that. Really good, really like the balsamic vinegar. It's like a sharp, sweet kind of taste. It's nice. I feel like a bit of a rabbit. And as I say all of the time, if you're on a diet and if you struggle with hunger, having one big ass salad every single day is going to help you a lot with that. Like, I have a huge appetite. There's not many meals that I am stuffed after, but I will be full after this. Okay, so step 2. So now that you have figured out roughly what your maintenance is based on your last week of weight loss, you want to stick with those maintenance calories for at least 2 weeks. And you want to closely monitor your weight change in the process. So your weight is naturally going to go up over the first like 4 or 5 days, because when we increase calories, our body is going to store more water. There's going to be more food in our gut. So it is really normal to see a little spike on the scales over that, 4 or 5 day period. But we want to monitor what happens after that to get a good idea as to whether you are roughly at your maintenance or not. So let's just say that after that 4 to 5 day period, your weight is kind of fluctuating up and down, but it is remaining around the same. Then you know that you are pretty much at your calorie maintenance. However, if you find your weight seems to consistently be going up over that 2 week period, then you know that your maintenance is probably a little bit lower. And on the other hand, if your weight seems to be going down, then you know that your maintenance is probably a little bit higher. But after 2 weeks, you're gonna have a really good idea of whether you are pretty spot on with what you think your maintenance is, or if you seem to be a little bit off. Okay, it is time for some dinner, and I've actually been going to Lidl a lot recently because I think they've really upped their game. Look what I picked up the other day. So I got some marinated spicy chipotle beef minute steaks, which look really good. And I was just about to show you the nutritional info, but it has gone missing. All right, so here we go. So per 100 grams, there is only 126 calories, 21.7 grams of protein, and less than 3 grams of fat. So these are a really, really lean cut of steak. So yeah, let's see what they're like. All right, so I'm gonna start by adding 300 grams of this farmhouse mixed veg to a saucepan of boiling water. Then I'm gonna microwave 1 bag of Mediterranean-inspired cauliflower rice that you get from Aldi, only 102 calories per bag. And as the veg is cooking away, I'm gonna add 2 of these spicy chipotle steaks to the pan, so that is 180 grams. And seeing as they are so thin, they probably only need like 2 minutes each side max. And just to add a little bit more flavor, I'm going to be using 30 ml of this Nando's peri peri garlic sauce. And in 30 ml, there is only 15 calories. God, smells spicy. I'm like sneezing here. I wouldn't say the steaks are overly chipotle-y, if you know what I mean, but there is a hint of chipotle, and the garlic sauce is definitely a really good addition. And honestly, the Mediterranean-inspired cauliflower rice that you get from Aldi is such a game changer. Like, it brings so much flavor to a meal, doesn't even need a sauce, and yeah, it is definitely worth the 102 calories. Why is a minute steak called a minute steak? Minute steaks are thin and cook very quickly, giving them their name. Makes sense. All right, so step 3 is in relation to what to do after that 2 week period of monitoring your weight on your new calories. And if you still have no idea what your maintenance is, then there is no harm in sticking with this for another maybe 1 to 2 weeks and trying to nail it down. So you might stick with the calories you are on for the next 2 weeks and continue to watch your weight closely. You might maybe slightly decrease or increase them by 100 either side based on what you actually think your maintenance maintenance is. It's up to you and what you think is best. Or if you feel that you are pretty confident that you know what your maintenance is, then it is time to start your lean bulk, and I recommend increasing your calories by about 10% above your maintenance. So for example, if your calorie maintenance is 2,500 calories, then you would increase your calories to 2,750 per day. If your calorie maintenance is 2,000 calories, you would increase them to 2,200 calories per day, and so on and so on. And this 10% increase will just ensure that you are in a calorie surplus, so your ability to grow muscle will be optimized, but it will also ensure that you are not going to be putting on a massive amount of fat over the course of your bulk, because that is something that, you know, not many people want to do. But yeah, if you found that helpful, make sure you comment below and let me know. I am very happy to touch on some other topics as well, so if you have any in mind, you can comment them below also, and yeah, let me know. These are actually another really nice purchase from Lidl. So sweet chili rice crackers, they have so much flavor, honestly really good. Only 106 calories in a row, and you get a decent amount per row, and when you dip them in some hot salsa, so good. But it is time for my final meal of the day, and I'm gonna be having my favorite meal of all time probably, which is protein porridge. But I have another cheeky little addition that I am gonna be adding, so hopefully it pays off. So I'm gonna start by adding 50 grams of super smooth porridge to a bowl, and I have to say I'm a big fan of the super smooth porridge. I think it gives a better, like, creamier consistency in comparison to the normal porridge oats. Then I'm going to mix in about 200 ml of water, because that 1:4 porridge is to water ratio is key. So 50 grams of porridge, 200 ml of water, and I'm gonna put it in the microwave until the oats begin to rise. It usually takes like 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, next I am going to mix in 40 grams of the king of all proteins, which is a chocolate brownie whey protein from My Protein. This is the type of consistency that I like, nice and thick. And next, as my special addition, I'm gonna be adding one of these salted caramel Fiber One bars, and even though it says 90 calories, it actually has 87. I'm gonna add 15 grams of marshmallows, and then I'm gonna put it back in the microwave for about 10-15 seconds or so, just to give the marshmallows and the Fiber One bar a chance to melt. Let's give it a taste. Wow, really good. That has definitely paid off, and in that salted caramel bar, there seems to be like little salted caramel pieces, so when you bite into it, it's like crunchy a little bit. And the fact that each bar is so high in fiber, has like 5.2 grams, is so good, because fiber is a really useful nutrient in keeping you full. So going for, you know, an 87 calorie Fiber One bar is going to help keep you a lot more full than 87 calories of more marshmallows, for example. Alright everyone, I am going to wrap the video up there and watch some Amazon Prime. I'm actually watching the Spurs documentary at the moment, the All or Nothing one. Yeah, I'm actually on the final episode now. It's been so good so far, I really recommend it. But yeah, I'm going to display my calories and macros for the day on screen now. And if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And please make sure you comment below and let me know that you did enjoy it. And if anyone has any video suggestions, I would be more than happy to hear them. So comment them below as well. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's recipes, and I will see you next week.